Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Play New Legend of Zelda Live. First quest. I'm Nitro6003. Just to remind you what we did in the last part of this quest, we got ourselves a large wallet, and here in this part, we also have the Iron Glove. And there's a couple of things we still need to get, but time being not on our side necessarily, we'll see what we can do. So you don't need to get this bow. We're gonna save up to get the super bomb, remote super bombs, and then there's the rings that you can get as well. So we're gonna go through level 8. Let me go grab an enemy bait first. And I don't need it necessarily for level 8, but I do want to be able to get the candle and some other little things as well. So just grab an enemy bait. It's always helpful to have it, even though you don't technically need it anymore. It does help with the Garayas and the other enemies as well. So I'm pretty, and the moblins. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get at least 50 rupees in level 1 and level 8 to be able to open up. You know what? I can show. I think it's this bush here. So this is a door repair, and on this side it's a plus 20. So this bush here you can't burn by itself. You have to use the the wand blast to get it, and we'll show you that shortly to get into the star. Well, let's go through level 8 first, and then we'll take out the star and etc, etc. So here you have a Superman handle, nothing too dramatic. Sometimes you can get him on one shot. Others you cannot. So this dungeon is quite a bit more dangerous than your typical level 8. You have a lot more of these skull shooters here. Oh, hello, clock. Now, the reason we're doing this today is because there's a Jewish holiday on Monday, and for those who observe it, I don't want to be recording on the Jewish holiday. So that's why we're not doing the live stream Monday, but we will start the next quest in a week from it, and I'll give you that date shortly once we're finished with this quest. I'll give you the dates. Alright, so basically as normal, you do want to explore the dungeon to a and unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to call it, there's things in here that make this dungeon a little bit more challenging. Now you don't have to beat this Superman handle if you don't want, but why not grab now, if we are lucky enough to have 1,000, we'll see how many rupees we have at the end of this, but we'll judge that later. Alright, so in here you have your traditional Pols voice, so nothing too challenging here. I think this room has been the same throughout. And I didn't get the upgraded arrows. I mean, obviously I have never come close to running out of arrows, so of course I bite my tongue on that now. Here you have Dark Nuts. And yes, you're gonna see more powerful Dark Nuts as well. Oops. That was not what I wanted to do. Luckily I have a potion just in case, but hopefully they'll drop some health. Hello. Just gotta be careful of the statue shooters. I mean, you could get the Crypt Ring if you want. It would make this dungeon a little easier. Oh, hello, fairy. Alright, so we'll go up in just a moment. I want to continue on this route first. Because here you find, you know, more Dark Nuts. Now, what makes this room hard... Hello, clock? Well, it would have been these guys here. Oh, hello, fairy. Nice. Alright, so this is where your key is. Now, obviously, the candle doesn't use anywhere near as much magic as your wand does, but anyway. So, up here, you're going to find a Goma, obviously. Just like in your traditional level 8. And there's really nothing that makes him easier. But there you go. Down he goes. And I'll show you that shortly. Luckily, these levels are quite short. So it shouldn't be that bad as far as... And these are the boomerang Pols voice that you've seen before. And I will take any extra help I can get. Now, before you worry about this room... Oh, hello, clock. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave one enemy here. Because we do have to come back in here anyway. And we'll deal with this Patra. Now, what you'll notice is your candle still works on him. This used to be a manhandle, by the way, just in case you were wondering. Don't worry, there's stronger Patras to be had in this quest. He's not the last one. Trying to get as much money as I can. And here you're going to see all the different Pols voice that are in this quest, essentially. So you have your traditional Pols voice here. And then you have your magic Pols voice, which are the darker blue here. And then these guys are actually bomb Pols voice. And somewhere is the hammer ones. I think they're in the next level, but... So... it doesn't really matter. But here is your stronger Goma. And the easiest way to deal with him is pixel perfect, because his shots actually hurt you more than the statue support. So you can actually just sit here in the doorway. Because, I mean, the statue support will hurt you, but he won't. And here's your hammer pole's voice. They're like grayish. And yeah, these are splitters here. And clock, good, good, good. And you're gonna see Dark Nuts later that will be even more intimidating, so to speak. And then here you have your traditional Lammolas. And if you're lucky enough to get a clock, it's pretty much a free pass to this room. You should be pretty much at full magic, at least full health. Now, when I played this quest the last time, I believe I grinded up to get the super bombs. And there is your red ring. And there's a reason it's here and not in level 9. It'll make the last bit a little easier, but it's still not easy. And don't forget, there's still a magic jar in this level as well. And now that we finally have everything from this level, we can now move our way towards the end, towards the Gliok that's guarding this place. And here you have all different colors of Dark Nuts. And they just drop bombs, so nothing too extravagant there. I mean, at this point you should have your boss key anyway, so like I said, everything is coming up. And here you have more of these magic Pulse Royce. Cannot hit them to save my life at the moment. There is one of your 20s, and like I said, normally I don't go out of my way to pick them up, but again, we're kind of running low on places we can get magic, so. And there is your final magic jar. Now, in the old New Legend, in the old quest that Matt did, I remember you had to use the fire boomerang to open up level 9. But it's obviously not in this quest, so don't worry about it. And here's your rapid fire Gliok. Come on. There he goes. Alright, so we'll go open up the last mini dungeon, plus get the last candle upgrade, and then head over to level 9 and essentially finish this quest off. So we're almost there, folks. And now, so basically I want to show you how to open up this next part. And since we're not coming back to any of these screens, it's okay. So now basically what you want to do this is place the meat right there and open up your screen, and what you have to do is just aim and fire, and you open up the star. Now, this is not an easy place to be. And here's your level, your checkpoint. So it starts off relatively straightforward. I mean, it does have red bubbles and blue bubbles and all kinds of cruel and unusual punishment for you. Your traditional stuff is here. And make sure you don't... And there's more than just those kind of bubbles here. And I know that I could have the bubble ring if I want. But there are plenty of places to go back and if you were to lose your sword for whatever reason. Make sure you have a potion. Alright, so these are drunk bubbles. And what drunk bubbles do is to cause you to use your B button item at random. And here you just have simple Garayas. And like I said, any extra money I can get right now, I'm going to. So you want to go to the right first. And here you have traditional dark nuts. And you definitely want to make sure, try to stay away from that bubble. Or if you do get hit, get into the doorway. Because what'll happen is you can't use your weapons in the doorway in this quest. So basically it saves you from, you know, screwing yourself over, essentially. So continuing on here, we'll have a fire Gleeok. And you could go get the mirror shield and come back here and take care of him, but there's really no need to. I mean, he's relatively easy, you know, with the amount of health you have. Plus, like I said, you got the red ring. And here you have more drunk bubbles. Now, if you're lucky to get a clock in here, hello, then you're pretty much a free pass with this room. And remember, that's your hammer Pole's voice. Alright, getting plenty of magic. How about some health? I mean, if I need to use my potion, I will. So... here is your infinite arrow, so you technically don't need to go out of your way to get that arrow upgrade, and it saves you, you know, a couple hundred rupees. And right now, as I said, rupee management the rest of the way is not easy. And if you need to use your potion, you know, they're cheap enough. You should be able to... I mean, you might be luckier than I and get a potion in different places, but this room that's I'm about to go into is one of the tougher ones in this whole shenanigans. So here you have whiz robes, and of course you have a wind robe as well. And if you notice that there's a bullet robe, is what I'm going to call him, creating havoc. Oh, death by spikes. Wasn't mean. I was knocked into the spikes. Anyway, full health, we'll be fine. I forgot that those spikes still do like 4 hearts of damage or something. But luckily for us, there's not too much backtracking involved. And I remember when I played this, I did use my potion in that room, and I should have. I forgot that, like I said, those spikes hurt. So there you see it using your magic. I thought I had my candle out. So yeah, you could come back here. I mean, if you're lucky enough to get a... Oh. Gotta get rid of that, wind robe there. Yeah, those spikes do 4 hearts of damage. They are not pleasant. And it does not matter what ring you have. Yeah, spikes hurt in these quests. Yeah, you didn't think you wouldn't get a boss door in this? And you just gotta be careful. Like I said, this level's not friendly. And the first time I did it, I believe I almost remember myself using a potion in that one room that we were just in. And why you get the map here, I can't figure that out. Oh, clock, good, good. Come on, grab it. Alright, here you just have traditional, or what I consider traditional enemies for this place. And yes, you do need to go this way to get the boss key. You know, when you get knocked into those spikes in that one room, it really is quite unfortunate. Let's just make sure I have my sword. Yes, I do. Yeah, because if you enter that room and you're not careful, like I said, you could go to level 9, get a couple things from there, and be done, but... So you notice that this is not hurting the Patra. Oh, clock makes it irrelevant. But you see how it's not hurting the Patra at all? You need the nuclear candle to hurt him. Or plasma candle, I think it is. And this one. And we'll go get that in a minute. So here is your extra heart container and the final one. And that is it. Yeah, not being careful has caused me 2 deaths, which, again, I've never had a death so far, but oh well. Alright, let's get our remote super bombs and get over to level 9 and finish this quest up. Actually, I think we have enough money to get some other things as well. So let's see. So I can show off this too. So this is another one of those secrets here. Yeah, I believe in the last one we went through and got every little nit and cranny out of this quest, but it's just not going to happen this time. So you will want an enemy bait for this. It'll make it easier to get this item. And then, like I said, we'll head straight over to level 9 and finish this quest up. So again, just like you did before, you know, use your enemy bait, line yourself up, and wait for him to come over. And here is the plasma candle. And let's head over to level 9 and finish up this quest here. And then I'll explain exactly what's going to happen for the rest of the way. So level 9 is in, if you played Zelda Deluxe 1, you know where level 9 is. Essentially, that it's in that same place. So we're going to head over there. It's in the upper left-hand corner. And it takes a little while to get over here. Actually, we can go up this way. That's shorter. We don't have to go that way. And you definitely want to make sure you have a couple of the items from this next marketplace. Yeah, having the boomerang is helpful. I'm getting through all these screens of Lionels. Alright, so this is where level 9 is. But this screen here has something special on it. Couple of items here, and we're gonna get both of them. And we have just enough money. And that actually completes the inventory too. With the exception of that. I don't have the remote regular bombs, but it's okay. So there is your entrance to level 9. And let's finish this quest up. It's a quick through level 9. There's not a ton of stuff that differentiates this from your normal level 9. You do not need to do map completion in this place. However, you do need to get all the keys. So make sure you do that, at the very least. I mean, it is nice to know that you do not have to get all the keys. That you don't have to... I mean, there is no magic key. And any money I'm going to get here is kind of worthless at this point. But I mean, if you want to, like I said, you can go in here, get a couple of the items, and be done. But we're not going to do that. We're going to finish this up. And here you have all colors and shapes of likes. And we'll leave one there. And you do need to go this way. And that little sound that you just heard is the Crip Ring sound. And this is a very important room. if you have any intention of actually beating the quest. Because in this very room, you find your boss key. You cannot beat this quest without it. So like I said, other than that, you know, there's a couple of other rooms that are challenging, but it should be pretty straightforward from here. I mean, you can get a lot of money in this place too. If you want the compass, just go straight down from here. But again, I'm not gonna bother with it. I'm trying to get through this level as quickly as possible. And there's one more key in this dungeon. Look at this, all this money, wow. I could actually go get remote bombs if I want, but unnecessary. So from here where you fight the Patra, bomb down and just go straight down. And there you get bombs. So the last key is down here. In a room full of Wizrobes. Because why not? You really haven't had that many in this quest that have been challenging. But that is about to change. You have a lot more Wizrobes to deal with than you did in your other levels. And that's your final key. I mean, you could kill all these guys if you want for more money, but it's really unnecessary. So we're gonna go straight up, get the last couple of items, and be done. So now you see the candle does harm this Patra. Remember, it didn't before in the other level we were at, because it wasn't strong enough, and now it is. And since we're killing the Patra, we might as well get the map. And this is not the final Patra, by the way. This is I think the second to last Patra. I think there's two more. Alright, so up here, you gotta be careful, because here you have Wizrobe Elites, along with other Wizrobes. You have every kind of Wizrobe except for one. The one you cannot beat yet. Until you get this very item, the Mirror Shield. Because you guessed it, there are Mirror Robes in this place. There's so much of level 9 that you don't need to bother with, and it's such a nice thing to know to not have to do it, but there are some quests where I will do the map completion of level 9, because, well, why not? But for this one, we're going to try to just get through it as quickly as possible, so we can set up what our next quest is going to be. And in fact, if you've been following me so far, you kind of know what it is already. So, with this quest just about done, the next quest will be Maxi, Randomizer Maxi. And then after that, we're going to do Randomizer Link to the Past. gonna do a couple of those. I cannot see this stupid Wizrobe. So, Randomizer Maxi will be our next quest. And you guys are gonna love it. That is a long, long quest. Much longer than this one. Alright, so now we're just gonna head on over. Now you do already have the boss. If you don't have the boss key, you have to go back and find it. So we gotta go up here first, obviously. And you got a bunch of blue Wizrobes in here. Oh, clocks. Oh, I love clocks in Wizrobe rooms. The only one you don't want to clock in is the one with the mirror robe. But here you find your silver arrow. Now, I don't believe this quest has the boots in it. I think that's only in the other versions of it. Because they throw spikes in Ganon's room and stuff, so. Alright, so let's, now with the silver arrows in hand, we can head our way to the end. And just be careful of the wind robes. Oh. Where is he gonna spawn? Yeah, you don't want to get hit by a wind robe, that's for sure. It would be terrible. Wouldn't be the first time I've gotten hit by a wind robe in Matt's quest. And now we just kind of head straight up. He didn't get my... Okay, good. I was worried that he might have gotten my my enemy bait or my potion. Alright. So in here, more Wizrobes, obviously. And you know what? I have plenty of super bombs, so let's just use them. If you don't use them, they go to waste anyway. You can't take it with you from one quest to the next. And again, it should be relatively easy. At this point, red ring, magical sword. Yep, and of course you have wind robes in here. And then this is where you find your mirror robes. And don't forget that you can only kill them by their own magic. You cannot hurt them in any other way. There are some there's in randomizer BS, you can get a weapon that does hurt the mirror robes. But alright, so now get our wand out so we can get that last Patra out of the way, the Patra Elite. So yeah, see, doesn't hurt them. You can try all day long. It will not hurt him in any way. But the Kando will. And yes, Ganon is next door. Sometimes you get lucky in this room and get a clock. I think I did the first time I played this. There's the clock. Better late than never, I suppose. Alright, so into Ganon's room we go. So yeah, so he changes Ganon's room to be more unfriendly in later versions of this quest. Oh, down he goes. I might do Link to the Past before the next Maxi, but alright, so that completes our first live series. It took 3 videos, approximately an hour. They're about an hour each. The first one was 55 minutes. The second one was, I think, 55 minutes. Also, this one 41. So they're about 3 sessions. So just under 3 hours to complete. So here's the schedule officially. So obviously, Monday we will be off for the Jewish holiday for those who celebrate. We will be back on the 17th of September for our next live stream, and it will be Randomizer Maxi will be our next quest. 2 hours, 26 minutes, 58 seconds, and we will certainly do a much better job being more cautious in the next one. Now, because the next one is longer, it will take more sessions to do, and I'll explain how those sessions will work when we get to them. But until next time, everybody, I'm Nitro6003, and please enjoy this quest, and if you have any comments or suggestions that you'd like to see, throw them in the comments. And if it's something that's voted on enough, we might push it to before Randomizer Maxi if there's enough of them. So, until next time, everybody, I am Nitro6003, and I'll see you guys all next time.